Hey, I'm World Entertainment, and this will be the review for episodes 1 and 2 of the new National Treasure series on Disney Plus, which is called Edge of History or The Edge of History or something like that. And the only way to describe this show, I was going to say movie, show, is basically think Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park. Yep, you all know exactly what's coming. That is one big pile of shit. And that most certainly is, Jeff, what this show is. Sweet Jesus, it's terrible. It is terrible. The only thing from the original movies that they bring in is Harvey Keitel, who they've decided his character has dementia, and dies in the first episode. You don't see him die now, you're just told he died in his sleep at the age of 87, right after he tells our main character about the secrets and the treasure. And everyone says he was murdered. This show is basically a bunch of 20-somethings just telling the world down with the patriarchy. And that's no lie. This is what the show is. It's so awful. Catherine Zeta-Jones is the big bad in it. A character named Billy, who has so much Botox and plastic surgery in her face, she can't move it. I swear to Jesus, her face does not change. Think Jack Nicholson in Batman as the Joker, when he gets the makeup on and he can't stop that one look. That's Catherine Zeta-Jones in this. Only that one look is completely unintentional. Our main characters are, well, there's technically one main character, but it's a group of 4. Technically 3, because one of them, I think he studied to be a lawyer. He knows law anyway. He's barely in it. He's the Asian dude. He's barely in it and he's alright. But he seems to have a relationship, or had a relationship, with our main character, whose name is Jess, I think. And it's funny because clearly she's meant to be 21. This dude looks like he's 40. Our main character, is from Mexico. Holy shit, do they hit you over the head with that fact, because every fucking scene you're told basically, you're not a citizen of the States yet and you'll be deported. We can't do that. You could get deported. Hey, you can't say that. You'll get deported. We can't go there. You get deported. Every fucking thing that's said and done in this is, the reaction is, don't do that. You'll get deported. She works at a storage unit, but her dream job is to work for the FBI in the historical documents section or some shit like that. You're like, what? Oh my good God. You notice I haven't talked about treasure hunting in this, because there's fucking none. Each episode is 45 minutes long. The first episode, it's exactly 15 minutes into the episode before it actually does the credits intro stuff. It's 21 minutes before she meets Harvey Keitel, and he starts giving her clues about this treasure, because she has a necklace that her father left her. The show opens up, and this is hilarious, the show opens up with Harvey Keitel. So you see Harvey Keitel, like, you see his face and all. He's telling you the story. He's recording on a tape recorder, and he's telling the story of these 3 boxes like mother boxes from DC. But when you see what they do, they're more like the box from Hellraiser. That the Mayans teamed with the Incas to fight the colonizers. And while they were getting slaughtered, the fucking women took all the golden treasure and went and hid it. So while the men were getting slaughtered, the women were actually hiding and protecting the treasure. We find out her father was one of the protectors of this box. He arrives at home. It's a guy named Salazar is after him. He goes home, tells his missus, look, you gotta leave. She's like, no. She's got the baby. He's like, I'll stall them. You get out of here. They leave. He dies. Supposedly. You don't see him die. He's like, I can't fucking remember whether he did or not. One of the funniest things that happens with this, he's fighting two guys. The two guys come through the door. The first guy he hits in the arm with a log that's on fire, right? The dude's arm catches on fire. And he walks over and hits off a wall, which sets a curtain on fire. The next thing you know, the entire house is on fire. You're like, you literally, your arm was on fire in the jacket. You could have just taken the jacket off. But how is you walking into two walls in one section of the house, 2 seconds later, the whole fucking house is on fire? So you're told he died. It goes 21 years later. We're with the kid, or, well, what was the baby, now 21-year-old, obviously. She has a necklace on that her father... And apparently her mother is supposed to have died, apparently, probably the year before, I think they said. Basically told her child for her entire life that her dad was a fucking idiot, a waste of space, and a moron. That he, like, was just a loser. Not, oh, he died trying to save us, or he died in his field of work, or he loved you, but sadly he passed before he could really know you. And no, just straight up, your dad was a fucking idiot. And she goes to meet Harvey Keitel, and when you meet Harvey Keitel with her, they make it a big mystery as who this character is, and he turns around, it's like, dun dun dun, big reveal, it's Harvey Keitel. You're like, yeah, we kind of knew it was Harvey Keitel. You fucking showed him in the opening scene of the show, like. But so much stupid shit happens. Or it's her who's obviously Mexican, who they keep going on about, you'll get deported. The other girl she lives with, a black girl, a retarded friend who, like, he's literally fucking retarded, and the Asian dude. Then you have Catherine Zeta-Jones, whose two henchmen are fake Mulder and Scully. Literally, they pretend to be FBI agents. The woman has short red hair, and the dude has short brown hair. It's just fucking Jesus Christ. Every white dude in it, of course, is a moron. The FBI that gets involved. Who's the main FBI person that's going to be tagging along in these adventures? A woman. She started in the bureau, and her boss is a white dude, and he's just a patronising piece of shit. Obviously, he's white. It's so... But they find, like, randomly, in the most stupidest ways, they find clues to treasures, blah, blah, blah. And they find the box, the first box. And this is no word of a lie. They're sitting on a bus looking at this box, and just symbols on it. They must have done this in one take. She's about to start moving the symbols, or try to, right? You see one of the dials actually move. Before she even touches it, you see it move. And the camera cuts away to her going, hey, they don't move. I was like, it literally just moved. So they figure out, hey, if you point the box north, it clicks, which is so stupid. And she eventually opens it up, and there's a map inside and all this shit. Fucking Catherine Zeta-Jones wants the box, kidnaps the retard friend, convince them to give them back and blah, blah, blah. It goes on. And that's it. That's basically it. It is so stupid. Everything coming out of the friend's mouth is patriarchy and deportation. Like, they go to the FBI to tell the FBI, hey, look, our friend's being kidnapped. They walk in. The black friend is completely against it. Like, they're going to track us for the rest of our lives and shit. And she just starts coming up with stupid names. She calls herself Jane Doe, as in Jane Doe. And calls your one Jen Lopez, as in Jennifer Lopez. And just, oh, Jesus Christ, it's terrible. The way she comes up with clues is ridiculous. It's like, how did you come up with that? Like, that made no sense. Harvey Keitel leaves his house to his grandson, who is estranged from him, doesn't want to know him. He shows Jess a secret room in the house and ends up, she finds a letter and it's like, oh, my mother wrote this. So everything being set up, her mother set up. It is fucking trash. What? There's so many. She gets fired from her job in the storage unit because she took a day off, got a guy to cover for her. The guy didn't show up, so she gets fired because the boss had to do overtime or work harder. And she gets a job immediately in a bar where Harvey Keitel's grandson is a singer at, that nobody listens to. Literally, every song he played, no one's caring, no one's listening to him. The friend is just obnoxious. They go to meet Catherine Zeta-Jones at a museum to exchange the box thing for the retard friend. They think they can, if they get her done for shoplifting, she can get done so they can get the box, blah, blah, blah. But they need the Navy security guard to be standing there. He walks off. The black friend follows him. He goes to the bathroom. She comes in. And he's like, you're in the man's bathroom. What are you doing? And straight away, you're like, oh, here it comes. And of course, she's like, I don't confine to the binary fucking pronouns, blah, blah, blah. The patriarchy. And it's just. So everything is like feminism, patriarchy. Oh, yeah. Her computer gets hacked by this, just a normal laptop, gets hacked by Catherine. She's literally like, I'm going to hack you. And Catherine Jones goes, well, I've already hacked you. And she's like, oh no. 2 seconds later, where the next scene, she's like, hey, yeah, that hack they sent was so weak and shit. I just unhacked them and hacked them back. And found out who she was, who was a billionaire cryptocurrency person. It's trash. It is some of the worst trash. It is. People keep saying CW stuff. It really is CW stuff. It's god awful. The acting is terrible. Catherine Zeta-Jones can't move her fucking face. There's no adventure in it. There's nothing. Nothing. It's god awful. God awful. And just for you lot, I will at least review the 3rd episode. God help me. But it sucks. I hate it. It's fucking not National Treasure. National boredom. Let's see if she gets deported next week. Who, for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. There's not much more to say. It's horrible. Anyway, with that, I'll leave you here for this one. Cheers. Catch you in the next one.